Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Hello everyone and welcome Crash here, this RTA Motorsports. And alright, we are we are live. We're going to try another iRacing Porsche RSR. Well, it's an IMSA race, but in the Porsche RSR. This time we're going to be at the, let's see where we're going to be. I think I just looked at it not too long ago. We're going to be at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Let's see, it's a 45-minute race, rolling start. Let's see if we could find some more information about this session here. It's actually never driven this car around this track. I mean, this is gonna pretty much happen a lot. It's a newer car. The IMSA series is new to me, so it looks like alright, so we're not really getting much of the track details. So let's just jump into practice and let's see how everything works. Hopefully I don't have too many camera issues. I was actually having some camera issues, and actually it looks like it's starting up a little bit. It's starting to turn a little bit on me. There we go. Yeah. Got my hydration here. Dressing a little bit lighter. A little bit more of the gym attire, because we just been in this race series. We've been sweating it up so much. It's so intense, this race series. So I need to make sure we stay hydrated, so that way you don't see me passing out behind the wheel. Now I don't want to just go into any practice session. The actual races, it's weird, it's not allowing me to register for it yet. We're about 25 minutes out. It should be. I think this is one of the first sessions at the Canadian Tire Motorsports park. So I don't know if there's some issues right now with the server. But sometimes it's a little bit late. Like normally it's a half hour before the race starts. You could join in and start the practice sessions, but for some reason this is being a little weird. Come on, let me in. We might just have to do a normal practice session. I want to do something with oh, okay. Alright, so I guess the last, I just clicked on the practice session with everyone, and it says the session you selected will run at Watkins Glen. So we're at that transition period now between the 2 weeks between Watkins Glen and now transferring over to Canadian Tire. So that's why it's not letting me in and it's not starting the session yet. So we're just going to test the car on the track, do like a loan test, and we'll check the time. Make sure that we don't miss our race session, because we're going to have to dive out and then dive back in to register. So everyone's kind of running their last race of Watkins Glen at the moment. But so far, I'm really liking this car. I really like how it feels, especially if you get a good setup. Car feels really, really good. No complaints with it so far. There we go. Let's get the wheel on. I almost forgot to do that. Jeez. The Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. This track is it's very narrow, it's very fast, and it's very windy. There's a lot of turns back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. with really only one back straight. That's it. I mean, there's a few areas where you can pick up speed, but you're constantly turning in this track. So it's going to be interesting, especially with these IMSA cars, to see how well we can negotiate traffic, or as it may be, how well traffic can negotiate us if we get pushed back. Not sure how versed everyone is. This is the beginning of the week. Sometimes beginning of the week, beginning of the race week, people don't do so good sometimes. Everyone's kind of getting acclimated to the car, the track, the weather conditions. So sometimes things are not really the best at the beginning of the week. We might be able to use that to our advantage to learn with everybody, which may be a good thing for us. So let's switch this over now that we do have the track up. There we go. Let's go to garage. Let's load our setup. Let's see how this feels. We might have to make some adjustments during, but we'll try to keep the adjustments minimal because first race, you know, we're going to be on the track, learning how this car handles this track. So I don't want to make too many adjustments that are really just because of inexperience rather than what the car actually needs. Whoa, alright, so we gotta recenter this headset. And let's get the belts on. I started to feel a little weird there. There we go. So hopefully everyone's having a great day. It's actually pretty nice weather out here today in California. Not too bad at all. It's pretty hot today, but beautiful sunny skies. Alright, let's see how this car handles this track. This is actually the first time I have a car like situated a little bit to the left. So let's re-zero that. Sometimes I have to lean a little bit. If the car like zeroes out a little bit to the left, it's no big deal. You just lean a little to the right, re-zero it, boom, we're good. All right, let's get on track. Actually, I feel like we're a little too far back now. All right, that feels good. We're gonna have to be a lot smoother through there. Gotta get down to second gear a little bit earlier. This is really the only straight we have. Oh no, yep, way too hot to that, sir. Right to the wall, boom. All right. Whew. Start out back in the pits. There we go. Oh, man. Turn there is killing us. We are overdriving it. I know it's our fault. We gotta learn what this car is gonna be wanting to do in that turn there. I gotta turn that off. I accidentally, when I was messing with the graphical options, I turned on for it to re-zero every time the car. I didn't know that's what it meant. It essentially re-zeros the headset every time I reset the car. I'm gonna have to turn that off because it's messing me up big time. Still way too fast there. Just get a quick peek at the time. All right, we're doing good so far. There we go. We got a lot of work to do. All right, there we go. Let's see if we could jump into a practice session while being registered for the race, because that's kind of making me a little anxious right now, knowing that we're not actually registered to a session that's going to be starting real soon. Maybe we could get some practice time with some guys that are a little bit more familiar with how these IMSA cars handle this track. There's some sections that I know I gotta slow down. I just have to slow down. Going way too fast in a lot of sections. And and it feels like the car could handle it, and then I just spin right off the track. But, you know, it's the first race. Norman Robinson. Sim racing at the limit. No, a little over the limit. Way over the limit. I still think VR is too blurry for racing at the moment and sweaty. Next gen, you're on board though. So, I have the Samsung Odyssey. I think it's a humongous improvement. I could see what you mean by being blurry, but when you're racing, I actually really like it. I think the Vive and the Oculus were acceptable. I think this is a huge step up, which we needed. And I don't know. I'm actually really good with the way this headset is. But yeah, next generation, it's going to be amazing. But we're going to have the graphical hardware to be able to push it. That's one thing we need to remember. We're all going to have to probably upgrade. You know, I mean, you have foveated rendering and all that that's going to be coming out. A foveated rendering, if I'm saying it correctly, is where it renders pretty much where you're looking within your field of view. And everything else, it renders it, but to a very low scale, so that way there's not as much impact on your graphics card. But the problem is a lot of our sims that we use are not meant for VR. They were not initially developed for VR. So we're talking in the future, we have a lot of things that are going to have to basically adjust. And that's, you know, unfortunately, if VR is still a thing. I know the adoption rate is not the greatest. So, I mean, it is growing, but it's growing very slowly. Not as fast as I was hoping. And I think a lot of it has to do with the rendering and, you know, the hardware that's required. Yeah, he says, yeah, he has not tried the Samsung, to be honest, only the CV1. Definitely, if you could try the Vive Pro, the Samsung Odyssey, they use the same panels. So everything that you hear about people saying, oh, it's so beautiful with the Vive Pro, you're experiencing that with the Odyssey. Samsung makes the panels actually for almost all the major VR headsets that are out there. Yeah, that Norman Robinson, I highly agree with you there. I mean, now I'm not going to say the Samsung Odyssey is going to fix all of your issues as far as it being clear. Still, when you look out into the distance, it's hard to tell what car that is. But I can tell you there's a car there, and I can tell you for the most part that they're hitting their brakes. But, you know, for the most part when you're racing, you're focused within the next few turns. You know, you're not looking out into the distance. So it's kind of a null subject. I mean, it's a little bit hard. We're not there for perfect human binocular vision yet, but we are making strides, and that's the awesome. Yep, exactly. Norman Robinson. The Samsung Odyssey is offering a real leap in the right direction, and the price is awesome. Can't agree with you more. Also, I do gotta say, if anyone has not seen Norman Robinson's rig yet, he's getting his rigs, two amazing rigs together. He just posted like a quick cell phone vlog video of his rig that he's putting together. Check it out, man. That's like... that rig is insane. Absolutely insanity. Says he's excited for the future of VR sim racing. I'm loving where it is now. I can't wait. Yeah. Alright, let's get on the track. We don't have much time to practice. Let's make sure our setup is on. There we go. Let's see what times everyone's posting. 15s, 18s, 22s. Everyone's kind of all over the place. So Norman, sometimes every once in a while I gotta lean a little bit to the right just to get it to be zeroed out with the Odyssey. I don't know if you've really used your Odyssey much in iRacing, but every so often the 0 point's a little bit to the left. But just leaning a little bit, hitting the 0 button fixes that problem for the rest of the race, really. Unless you're like me and you accidentally turn on some re-zero, but mine just keeps zeroing over and over again. Oh, what am I doing? I completely forgot that's a turn. Alright. I would really like to follow behind someone that has a lot more experience with these cars ahead of me Also, anyone here for VR sim racing, what are we doing? I'll definitely say move your black boxes in iRacing made a huge improvement for me. I didn't realize you could even do that, but you can see we moved the relative up by a lot. Now I could just, with how big the eye cups are in the Samsung Odyssey, I just glance with my eyes instead of having to move my head. And I can see what I need to see, which is awesome. There's like no brake markers here at this track. You're gonna have to like really try to learn what to use as a marker for this car on this track. Oh no. Not a lot of people are registered for this race. I think everyone's kind of hanging back, especially being that this is the first Canadian Motorsports Park race, so everyone's probably hanging back and practicing before jumping in. Got a 119, but that was horrible. Nope. Get off the track, get off the track. Ah, sorry guys, sorry. Oh man, I hit the wrong button. That was horrible. That was embarrassing. And every time I reset this car now, it's just re-zeroing the headset. See if we can follow this Ferrari out. We're gonna have to probably go down to third gear, do that section there. Doesn't feel right to slow down so much there.
Right side. clear. Car right. Clear on the right.
Oh, that was a lot better. Oh, race session's gonna be starting. We're gonna have to switch over. I think we're gonna be fine. There we go. All right. So the main thing is we're gonna have to make sure. Well, obviously we're gonna be gridding way behind everyone. But we're gonna have to make sure we pay attention to everyone's brake points, pay attention to the speed everyone's putting in the corners. A lot of my problem when I'm learning a track is I don't do what I should be doing. So I don't drive slow and then slowly ramp up the speed as we're learning the track. I tend to just go for it and just send it, and that's the wrong way to do it, and it's just a habit of mine. I don't really do that in real life, but it tends to be a problem. And then I gotta learn how to slow down. You know, I'm overdriving the car way too much. Nice. Norman, your rig is stuff of dreams, man. Yep, his rig is gorgeous. T300 CSL load cell pedals and GT Omega wheel stand. Dude, that's an awesome rig. And a single 24 100 hertz 144 hertz monitor. That's a really good setup. That's a really good setup. And the actual actuators that Crash has on his rig, however, the version to be utilized on this rig is stronger at 100 kilograms. Wow, of lifting force on a 4 degrees of freedom configuration. Yeah, for 4 degrees of freedom, you actually do need the stronger actuators that he's using because you're lifting the whole rig up. Whereas mine is more of like a pivot rig. The front of it moves up and down. The back handles traction loss. His is going to be lifting the entire rig up and down. So being that the entire rig is going to be floating, essentially, you need those stronger actuators, yeah. All right, so let's get serious. Let's get serious. Let's slow it down. So we got not much time left to practice. I think only like 30 or so seconds. Sometimes you get a little bit of extra time in there. That's it. All right, so we're going to be qualifying. So we got 2 laps, 8 minutes to qualify. Let's see how much fuel we got. That's one thing I didn't really adjust for. All right. So we got this one flying lap, and then we're going to be putting down our 2 qualifying lap times. Just making sure we got some heat in the tires. Man, come on.
Green flag, green flag. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
I know we're losing time through there, but that's more of a confidence issue there than anything. That was a little bit smoother. Let's see. We got a 119.4.
There's the flag. It's
We should be
over.
like in the 115s, 14s. But, you know, it's going to, hopefully by the end of this week, you know, this is the very first race at this track. for this upcoming week. So hopefully by the end of the week we'll be in a lot better shape now that we're going to be a lot more, then we'll be a lot more familiar with the car. We're gridding up 17th so far. See, everyone's 113s, 14s, 15s. This is the range that I think we should be. At the end of Watkins Glen, like in the beginning, we were gridding up, you know, 28th. The last race we did yesterday, we gridded up 11th. So we definitely improved our times by a lot. A lot of that has to do with just practice. But yeah. So I am not doubtful that we're going to get a lot better, especially when we, you know, get behind some people and really see the lines that they're taking and their break points. Felt the rig made it much more realistic with the motion, but does not give motion sickness at first. Used the rig once, but the Vive, with the Vive, not the new headset, yeah. Hey Crash, with regard to the movement, do you find it a distraction? No. Actually, I find it very useful. When I'm not racing with it now, it's kind of like not racing with simvibe. I feel like it's almost like not racing with sound. I feel like there's something seriously missing, or not racing with force feedback. I could feel the back of the car kind of kicking a little bit. Even when I didn't have my 3rd degrees of freedom, there's some like cues that you feel, and you can kind of tell like the front of the car is starting to let go or anything like that. And it's just more information. At first, I thought it would be a distraction. I thought it was just going to be just for, you know, immersion purposes. But now I actually really count on it, and I really feel like I feel the car. Did it improve my lap times? Probably not. You know, did it make me a better driver? Probably not. It spiked that immersion factor big time. But there are certain cues that I find, especially with the back of the rig now, that I could tell what the car is doing a lot more. I feel a little bit more hypersensitive. I don't know. I think it kind of made me a little bit more cautious, to be honest with you. Even though you just seen me overdrive the heck out of this car, but in certain races, I find that I'm watching other racers do things, and when I'm on the track and I'm feeling what the car is doing, I feel like I'm a little bit too cautious. So I don't know. I really don't find it to be a distraction at all. I look forward to it. And a lot of guys that race with motion sims like Sim Garage, or, you know, Darren Ganji, he races with his, is his a 4 degrees or 5 degrees of freedom, his sim experience rig? Well, anyway, a lot of them, you know, they will race with their motion rigs, and that's it. They prefer to just race with their motion rigs. But a lot of them will also admit that it may not make them necessarily faster. Just more information, you know. I can't speak for everybody, but, you know, a lot of us that have motion rigs, if we had a choice, we wouldn't go back. But do you need it? No. Not at all. Alright, so 45-minute official race. We're going to grid up 17th. We got... That's weird. It says, oh, we got a few different classes of vehicles. Okay. We got 3 different classes of vehicles going on in this one. Interesting. Okay.
1 lap to green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
Alright, everyone. Wish me luck. Hopefully this all works out really smooth and we don't get damaged out, or we don't damage anyone else out. Hopefully we don't ruin anyone's race day. A lot of Porsche 911 RSRs. One with a pretty cool purple paint job. We're right behind the Ford GT. This car looks like it's a space fighter jet. I mean, this car is crazy looking. It does kind of look like a space fighter. It is kind of blinking in and out a little bit, but got a RSR right on our tail right behind us. Yep. So A lot of people are saying that this is their first race in this car. Not at this car, at this track, in this car. So this is going to be our first race in this car at this track. We did pretty good at Watkins Glen yesterday. So at least we have a little bit of experience in the car. This is a totally different setup though. So, I mean, it might as well be our first one. Everyone's writing my sincerest apologies. They're already apologizing for stuff that may happen. Oh no. Oh no. This is gonna be rough for our safety rating.
Catch the 13 car.
That was funny. My sincerest apologies. Oh man. I kind of feel a little obligated to write the same thing. I don't know, but we've been under the gun like this before where, you know, we've had horrible practice sessions, less than stellar qualifying, and yet our race came out awesome. We've won a few races actually like that too, so anything can happen, really, anything can happen. Not completely counting us out. I just hope to finish the race. That would be a nice start to the week. I do have the wheel right now on 540 degrees of rotation. I do want to up it a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit twitchy at 540. I don't know about full 900, but I do feel like 540 is a little twitchy. Like, I do need a little bit more room to make some fine-tuning adjustments in turns that I'm not getting the ability to do so.
Get ready, going green.
Woo! My nerves are worked up. Wish me luck.
The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Got some people diving in. Whoa! Big stutter there.
Car on your left. Clear. Left side. Clear. Left side. Clear on the left.
Guys in the dirt. We're back behind the Ford GT. GT turn around there as we complete another lap. That was a 1:17. Much faster than our qualifying lap, so you can see we're already starting to make some progress on our experience here at the track. We're starting to get smoother. Late braking there, we're in the dirt.
Car on your left, clear on the left.
We're following that GT. Unfortunately, they braked late and we braked late. The tires are angry at us. Come on, baby, hold it. From the inside.
Car right. Clear on the right.
There we go. Oh, back in the grass again here.
Right side, clear on the right. Car right. Keep to the left. Clear.
into some issues or anything like that. He completely came to a stop there. Whoa, that was weird. We just lost it out of nowhere.
Looks like your car is toast. We're gonna go back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button.
Oh man!
We'll come and get you.
Oh, it was weird. We just lost it out of nowhere. Oh man! Alright, so we got about a minute and a half of towing left. Let's see. I wonder if I hit the grass on the inside. Oh, the car just went. And the thing is, I wasn't really hitting the brakes hard. You could see there, I was just barely riding the brakes to slow me down. And the car just kicked out from under me. That's unfortunate. And it really doesn't look like we had significant wheel damage. I kind of wonder if we could have driven the car in. Let's see. Let's see if we could get a look at the other side. Right front. Oh, yeah. Look how far in that tire is pushed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we did have some suspension damage. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We got 33 seconds left of towing. I'm sure we're probably going to have like a few minutes worth of repair. So we're kind of stuck at the moment. Let's see how much time we have left in this race. It looks like 32 minutes, so it's still still the beginning of the race, which is unfortunate. Let's see what the fuel. Yeah, so we're gonna add 14 gallons. It's kind of a bad spot. Oh man, 11 minutes of repairs. I don't know. Fanatec, it's a keynote, says, been looking at a lot of YouTube reviews on the pedals we have. Fanatec CS version 3s, do I enjoy them? I like them. I like them a lot. I really do like them. I'm still kind of getting used to them. I've used Thrustmaster inverted pedals for a really long time, and I really like the inverted feel. I like these pedals, but there's a lot of fine-tuning that needs to happen to really get them where they need to be. I think I want to try the later brake mod kit that they sell and see how that feels. I don't feel like I'm using the load cell correctly. I have the throw really short, and the pedals are really firm, and they do read a lot, but like in this car here, I gotta adjust the, well, I think I might have to adjust the pedal in the settings here, because as soon as we start touching the pedal, it's like this car just locks up the brakes. And I really want a little bit more throw on the pedal, and I know there's a way to adjust it, and I have to really adjust that. So he has a T3 PA Pros, is an upgrade to the V3s. It is an upgrade, but a lot of people swear by load cell pedals, My T3PA Pros are what I used, inverted, and I absolutely love them, and I felt like I was really good with them. These here, I feel like I still have to make adjustments, but once I get the adjustments in, I'm sure it's going to work fine. Now, a lot of things that a lot of people go crazy about, and I did too, was the clutch having this cam mechanism to feel like a real clutch for the bite point. When you're racing and you're going at it, you immediately don't feel it. That's like not a thing anymore. I guess it's nice that it's there. It's a nice conversation piece, but when you're in the moment, you're not thinking about that. So don't let that kind of sway your decision that it has a cam mechanism on the clutch. The load cell brake, you could buy load cell kits for your pedals. You don't necessarily need to have these pedals unless you have Fanatec gear already, but I do need to adjust this brake for this car. I think the throw rate now is just way too short. I'm like barely touching it, and I'm not really getting into that muscle memory zone, if you know what I mean. The main point of load cells is to get into that muscle memory zone, so you know exactly where you're braking at. Off of muscle memory, I'm not hitting that. So, but that's just me. That's just my settings. It's just stuff I have to work on. But yeah, these are awesome pedals. They're gorgeous. They're made really well, and I think these pedals are going to last hopefully forever. I've never had an issue with them or anything like that. They are really, really strong, stout pedals. And they come with different pedal faces, so you could adjust what type of look you want or what type of feel you want. I have nothing bad to say about the pedals, just besides that you're just gonna have to make adjustments, especially to that brake. All right, so I'm gonna just, being that we still got, I think it's like 5 minutes, to make a quick run real quick. Nope, we still got 7 minutes. So I'm gonna put this on replay so at least you guys could see all the little mess ups that we've made, and hopefully we could get some tips. This is the race thus far. Let's see where we were. All right, everyone, we'll be back in just a split second. We are in the pits right now. Once we finish repairing, we're going to definitely get out on the track. So definitely wait, check out this replay thus far. Everyone, we are back. See how much time we have left in our repairs. We still got 4.5 minutes left. And we still got 25 minutes left of the race, so we're definitely going to get some laps in, but, you know, we're unfortunately probably going to be close to all the way in the back. Looks like our position... Yeah. There's a few other people that were damaged out completely along with us, so we're not going to be all the way in the bottom. But yeah, might as well. A lot of people also like 4 laps down, 2 laps, 1 lap. All right, let's get ready. We got 3 minutes 50 seconds. And you know, this is kind of how it was at Watkins Glen. We were kind of figuring out things with the car, you know, why were certain things happening. Of course, it's user error. It's me. I'm not blaming iRacing or anything like that. But by the end of the week, it's like every week so far we're doing is like, you know, how can Crash improve by the end of the week? By the end of the week, hopefully we'll be a lot more competitive. So, Norman Robinson, I have no frame of reference with regard to Fanatec offering, so Crash, you'd be better able to advise there. Yeah, these pedals, I really do love them. I just need to spend a lot more time per car kind of setting up the brake bias and the throw, because really, it's, right now with this car, it's just a little much. So which VR headset am I using? I'm using the Samsung Odyssey. Same thing, Norman Robinson has a Samsung Odyssey too. Norman Robinson says he's jumped from the keyboard to the HPP pedals direct. Insane. That's one hell of a jump. See, a lot of people, what they do is they slowly increase. If you are, I bet you there's probably no one here in this channel that's from the original videos. If you watch my old videos, we had a let's see, 2 minutes left. We had a what did we have? Oh, we got 53 seconds of optional repairs. I think we're gonna do those optional repairs just in case they are quite significant. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're real significant. But yeah, we had a trying to think of the name of the rig. Wow, I don't remember the name of the rig, but it was essentially almost like a lawn chair with Alcantara on it, and I really liked it. It worked out really well. It was a good beginner, and we had a Thrustmaster T100, 240 degrees free, 240 degrees of rotation wheel, and it was like this big. It was absolutely tiny. Wow. Placey Challenge. That's the rig we had. Placey Challenge. And so if you look up Placey Challenge, it was a really simple chair. We had that, and then I eventually moved it into a like a wooden sawhorse that we upholstered. We had triple screens going around that, 24-inch screens. There weren't anything special, just 60 hertz screens. And that's how we raced for a while. And then from there, I upgraded to the TX. And then we upgraded the pedals to the T3PA Pros. We actually made our own H-pattern shifter out of a force feedback flight stick. We made our own handbrake from another flight stick with RC car shocks. I mean, we were really easing ourselves into it to see if we could, if we actually like sim racing and if it's for us. But Norman Robinson, man, he just jumped head first. Head first. But honestly, in the end, it's probably cheaper that way. To buy everything and then sell it and then buy it and sell it, and to get to that level, I'm sure it's cheaper just to buy it. If you know you're gonna like it, just buy it the first time, then boom, be done with it. All right, so we're gonna do these optional repairs. We got 45 seconds. Might as well, we bid in forever. Might as well get the car completely tip-top shape. Not exactly sure why. It's probably until we actually go through the next lap. Saying we're 18th now. Which would be something. Not sure why it would say that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo! I love that these cars have the pit speed limiter button. Takes a lot of the thought process out. Go. I'll let this number 1 car go by.
Left side, clear on the left.
If I was in first place, I would want that courtesy too, you know? You really have to nail that line. Braked way too late. Come on, baby. Get back on the track. Back on the track. So yeah, we are 18th. He was a lap ahead of us because of our time in the pit, so.
The lead is pitting now. The lead is pitting now. Car right. Clear. Left side. Clear on the left. The lead is pitting now.
There we go. Let him by. Come on, buddy, pass.
Left side. Clear on the left.
No problem.
The lead is pitting now. 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 Clear. The lead is pitting now. The lead is pitting now. The lead is pitting now.
Oh, we just got hit in the rear. Oh man, our tires bit us there. Felt like I was about to lose the car. Oh no! Ended up hitting the wall. Thought we were going to be safe going off there the way we did, but ended up going straight to the wall. Darn it, that turn just kills me. And we have some front end damage now. Let's let this car buy his first place in his division. Oh yeah. I can't even turn right now.
Right side. Clear.
We're gonna have to pit in. Think we might be done. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. So we got a lot of practice to do. A lot of practice. Let's see how much time we have left in this session. About 6 minutes. Got 4 minutes of, we'll wait it out. Let's actually take a look at, let's see, who's Benjamin Perez. Let's take a look at how they're racing, what line they're taking. So he qualified at 113. Okay. His lines are super smooth. Interesting, okay. One thing I want to do, now that we're thinking about it, let's actually adjust. Let's adjust that to like 720. And let's actually adjust this in game to 720. And let's see if we get a little bit more feel out of the wheel without feeling like that it's too jumpy. And then the see if we could adjust that brake pedal a little bit. Interesting. The brake force is not adjusting, as I thought it would. Oh, something happened with the brake. Let's see. Boom. see where we're at. We should be ready to rock and roll for another lap or two. That does feel a little bit better at 720. Alright, so we finished 17th.
Alright, there's the checkered flag. Bring it back to pits, we're going.
Not the best race at all. I think I might do another. Let's take a look at the results. So we're all the way down here. A bunch of people quit. There was a few more people here. No, actually, oh, it's counting the people in the classes as other cars too. So we ended up finishing 17th. That's what it said at the end. Hopefully it didn't kill our safety rating too much. Let's see when the next race session's about to start. I think it just started, if I remember correctly. Oh, man. That was rough. That was real rough. Volcon, hey, how you doing? Let's see. Yeah. Unfortunately, we lived in the pits a lot during that. So, all right, so the next race is going to be in about an hour, so we got a while. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stop. We're going to grab some food. We'll kind of come back and reconvene in just a little bit with some practice, and maybe we'll jump into another race. Not exactly sure on that decision quite yet if we're really going to do that or not. I think I want to. I think I really want to jump into another race because I think once we have a better understanding of this car and this track, I think it's going to be better for us. Unfortunately, it did kill our safety rating, though, being in that session quite a bit. So, all right, everyone. I'm Crashless RTA Motorsports. Thank you so much for joining in. Hit that reminder bell just in case we jump into another race in just a little bit. I think we're definitely going to. Full course yellow. Hey, man. How you doing? Another sim racer and gamer, all-around gamer. He's a live streamer. I think he streams on Twitch now mostly. But yeah, not a great race at all. But I think we're going to come back in just a little bit and do it again. So we're going to do some practice, grab some food, and I'll see you all in a little bit. Stay tuned.